of suicidal depression and despair, it's a bit difficult to understand what actually drives many individuals to take their own lives. A suicidal person may feel as if there is no help available and they're in so much pain that there aren't any other options. So here are a few warning signs to look out for. A person frequently talking about suicide, self-loathing or self-hatred, suddenly getting their affairs in order, saying goodbye to loved ones, withdrawing from others, and self-destructive behavior. Talking to a friend or family member about their suicidal thoughts and feelings can be extremely difficult for anyone. If you are unsure whether or not someone is suicidal, the best way to find out is to simply ask. Giving a suicidal person the opportunity to express their feelings can provide relief from loneliness, pent-up negative feelings, and perhaps prevent an attempted suicide. You can start the conversation with statements like, "I've been feeling concerned about you lately. I've noticed some differences in you and wondered how you're doing today." If they confide in you and they are suicidal, respond quickly by telling them you care and get them the help that is needed. Help is always available at the Crisis Center, the Department of Social Services, BASH, Sandlands Rehabilitation Center, and the National Hotline for 24-Hour Crisis. Find someone that you can trust to talk to about your feelings and get the support and help that is needed. I am Inspector Mikal Pinder, reassuring you that your mental health matters. You are not alone. Get the help that is needed today.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
That's going to do it for us here in the North. I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest.
Chase Love.
Thanks so much for tuning in. Here's a live look at the Bahamas tonight, coming your way next.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight at 11, a second night of dueling rallies for the FNM and PLP. This time, they take to the Family Islands. The National Security Minister defending the integrity of the voter register ahead of Thursday's advance poll. And it's International Dance Day. Stay tuned. The Bahamas tonight at 11 starts now.
I'm Anthea Ferguson filling in for Corbell Pyfrom. Welcome to the broadcast. There's no letting up on the campaign trail as both political parties held rallies tonight in the Family Islands. North Andros was the venue for the Progressive Liberal Party's Rally for Progress. Party leader Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis staying on message. Vote for the party's candidates and vote for a more progressive Bahamas under a second term for the Davis administration.
Tonight, Prime Minister Davis is making a final appeal to vote ahead of tomorrow's advance poll. The Prime Minister tonight answering in three simple words why he has chosen this place ahead of tomorrow's poll by saying, why not Andros? Here he is on stage tonight.
Do you want to build on that progress? Do you want to build on that progress? Do you want to go backwards?
Open at 8 in the morning. We will have full coverage starting for you in our evening broadcast tomorrow on the Bahamas Tonight. Reporting live from Morgan's North Andros, Corbell Pyfrom, the Bahamas Tonight.
Farther south, the opposition Free National Movement's Fire Forward rally was held at the regatta site in Salt Pond. FNM leader Michael Pintard vowing to enhance the lives of Long Islanders if the party wins next month's general elections.
Well, tonight here in the heat of the Long Island FNM rally, we have here with us the candidate for the area, Dr. Andre Rollins. Dr. Rollins, an interesting crowd here tonight. What is your feeling so far?
I feel great. Interesting as in you are happy to see so many Long Islanders come out and show their support for the Free National Movement. That's to be expected. Long Island is going to remain in the Free National Movement's color.
And in your thrust toward running this constituency, how confident are you, and tell us why?
Well, The bottom line is that I don't believe I'm owed anything, and I'm not going to treat this seat as though it's not one that needs to be worked for. It's not going to fall in my lap. We have been working to let the people of Long Island know that we, the Free National Movement, recognize we have fallen short at times, and we need to compensate for our shortcomings. And we will focus on improving our performance so that the people of Long Island don't believe that we're going to rest on our laurels. We will not.
And then finally, of course, if there's a word that you can give to the Bahamian public, what would that be?
Well, tomorrow, as you know, is the advanced poll. And I just want Bahamians to know that the Free National Movement, under the leadership of Michael Pintard, I can assure you, people who've seen me in politics know that I care about this country, and I'm going to support Michael Pintard to be a great prime minister that works for all Bahamians. And I think that the people of this country can recognize now that the PLP is promising that they've progressed this country, but there's very little in terms of progress for us to actually see, touch, and feel. And so it's more than words, it's more than public relations fluff. The Free National Movement, under the leadership of Michael Pintard, is actually going to deliver.
Well, of course, we'll have more from this story here on Long Island. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
And back here in the capital, with advanced polling just hours away, there are questions about the accuracy of the voters' register. But government officials insist the system remains secure and that any errors will not impact the outcome. Leah Cooper has this report from the Office of the Prime Minister.
Following reports of multiple errors in the voters' register, National Security Minister, the Honorable Wayne Munro, is assuring voters at the Office of the Prime Minister that the entire voting process is transparent. His prepared statement comes amid reports of voters appearing on the register having future birth dates, underage entries, and possible duplicate registrations. And with advanced polling just hours away, Minister Munro says this.
Our electoral system is built with multiple overlapping layers of safeguards. Before a ballot is ever issued, voters must present proper identification and be matched against the official register. The counterfoil for each ballot must match. Election officials are trained, they are observed, and they are accountable.
Minister Munro adds that every political party and independent government and opposition alike are entitled to have agents present at every polling station. That includes advanced polls on Thursday.
And they will be watching every voter, every ballot, and every step of the count. That is their reason for being in the room every second of the entire advanced poll and the actual poll day.
He adds that international observers were invited long ago, and where errors arise, they'll be documented and corrected through a, quote, refined process across decades of practice. This statement also follows the Parliamentary Registration Department on Tuesday, also acknowledging the presence of, quote, typographical errors and a system-related glitch in the current voter register, noting that these issues are not consequential to the outcome of the election.
A typographical error in the register does not change a single ballot or a single result. The person must appear. They must present their card. It must be matched against the counterfoil. In that way, such errors are caught, recorded, and corrected.
Parliamentary Commissioner Harrison Thompson is on record on multiple occasions assuring that the Parliamentary Registration Department has been working over an extended period of time to clean the voters' register. Minister Munro's asking any voter with concerns to report them through the proper channels. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Leah Cooper.
Meantime, newly minted Christian Council President Pastor Mario Moxie is among religious leaders admonishing voters to seek God's guidance ahead of marking their acts.
Go before the Lord and really put the matter before God. We say that we pray about things, but we actually don't take the correct steps. We go into prayer with our minds made up, and I would want to encourage individuals to seek God. Allow yourself to hear what the Lord is speaking in your heart, and who knows what that may turn out to be, but at least you would have allowed yourself.
12th general elections. The Americans' lead representative here explaining to a special media group today why this is so important to sustaining diplomatic relations between both countries. Altavis Munnings was a part of that group. She joins us in studio tonight with the details.
Good evening to you. For Bahamian journalists, all alumni of the United States State Department's International Visitor Leadership Program sat down Wednesday with United States Ambassador His Excellency Herschel Walker to discuss a myriad of issues, some off the record, others on. The ambassador's ultimate goal, to become better educated about the country's media landscape and what Americans need to do to bolster U.S.-Bahamas relations. Now, during the candid conversation, Ambassador Walker, who's held down the post now for 5 months, discussed the significance of the United States government watching the work of the May 12th general elections.
We try to work with the government, no matter who wins, who loses. We try to work with the government and try to make what's better for the U.S. Because, like I said, this relationship got to be strong for the U.S. So whoever wins this election, Herschel Walker in the embassy is going to work with her. America is safe, the Bahamas is going to be safe. If America is going to be strong, the Bahamas is going to be strong. When you said the majority of the people here are tourism are from America. So, they're a big part of the GDP. So that's the way I look at it.
Concerns surrounding campaign finance legislation, another issue pitched to Ambassador Walker, who stressed the U.S. government has its own elections to worry about. Still, what surprised the U.S. ambassador about the Bahamas elections was this conversation he recently had with his Bahamian security detail.
I couldn't believe that some of the people were relatives that they were running against were friends. Like, they go to dinner, they're nice to each other. In the States, some of them, they're not even nice to each other. They were nice to each other. And he said, why do you think that's so different? I said, because I never seen them like that. I said, in the States, they're not nice to each other. He said, the country comes before the party does. That is a very strong and a very true statement. The country should come before the party.
As he's still learning about the Bahamas as the top American diplomat, Ambassador Walker is working very hard every day to further solidify relations between his home country and the Bahamas. Reporting in studio for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Altavis Munnings. Back to you.
And ZNS News is taking a look at the rules governing broadcasting at a time when heightened attention is focused on the media. Should these rules be broken, the media can be directed to correct an error, face a fine, or on the extreme end, have their license revoked. Cleopatra Murphy shares the details.
The Utilities Regulation and Competition Authority is changing with the times, tweaking what is and is not allowed in broadcast coverage to meet the ever-changing demands of journalism and the news cycle. The body is given focus to 3 pillars of regulation, factoring in digital and tech expansion to focus on the increasing importance of social media in information dissemination, election period rules that go into effect once Parliament is dissolved, and polling day protocol, shifting from silence on election day to what is now considered relaxed silence.
Previously, people would have been, there would be no discussion, no political anything on a polling day or election day. That has changed in that there can be discussion, but there can't be any partisanship, candidates, or political ads or broadcasts up until the time that all of the polls are closed.
Today, the regulator allows punditry and news analysis. Changes regulatory manager for broadcasting at IRCA, Bradley Gibson, says were made along with industry professionals.
Why should the persons that are trained and experienced and have the knowledge to report more accurately than, just anybody who has a computer be excluded from discussing matters of national importance at a time, such as election day?
When it comes to social media and the use of artificial intelligence, he says broadcasters must have the same commitment to accuracy. While political ads are in heavy rotation during campaign season, they are not allowed on election or polling day. Broadcasters are also prohibited from sharing the results or purported results of voting in any constituency until all polls are closed in that constituency.
If there are extenuating circumstances where a poll cannot be closed and that persists for 24 hours, then IRCA can step in and make a ruling one way or the other in terms of what can be broadcast in that case.
What remains consistent, Gibson says, is a commitment to truth and accurate reporting, calling on journalists to avoid mixing their personal passions with the executions of their jobs. As he says, it's not just a matter of personal integrity, but national development. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Well, still to come, BAMSI gets an upgrade. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight at 11. More news in a moment.
There are some things that are undeniably Bahamian. A good conch salad, junkanoo, the way we worship, the way we take care of one another, all undeniably Bahamian. And right in the midst of our iconic things, places, and people is Commonwealth Bank. Increasing access, sponsoring dreams, working alongside Bahamians to increase the quality of their lives for more than 60 years. Commonwealth Bank, nothing more than being Bahamian. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
The world is changing. It's bringing new challenges, but also new opportunities. The truth is, our economy always left too many Bahamians out. Now we're opening new doors in agriculture, tourism, energy, entrepreneurship, providing grants, scholarships, national service, and upskilling. A new generation is rising, and we're finally moving in the right direction, building an economy that includes everyone.
Whether you need life insurance, an endowment plan, or health insurance, BAF has you for all stages of your life.
The Bahamas Agriculture and Marine Science Institute marking a huge milestone in its now 12-year history. Today, BAMSI held an opening and dedication ceremony for its new classroom cluster and dormitory at its North Andros campus. New classrooms, computer and science labs with spaces for research, as well as fully furnished dorms and state-of-the-art facilities all await incoming students at the Institute. Prime Minister Davis and Agriculture Minister the Honorable Jomo Campbell among officials hailing the moment as a significant step forward in strengthening BAMSI's capacity to serve the country.
The investment in BAMSI reflects my administration's commitment to developing our family islands, ensuring that opportunity is not confined to New Providence alone, but shared across our entire nation.
This is truly more than the opening of a facility. It is an investment in the future of agriculture and marine resources in our country.
Today is being recognized as International Dance Day, and visitors and passers-by got a treat in Rawson Square today. Here's Amaya Moss.
Beneath the open sky of Rawson Square, where the footsteps met rhythm and rhythm met soul, the Bahamas joined a global celebration honoring International Dance Day. Guided by the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, the moment unfolded as more than performance, but as a living expression of culture, identity, and human connection. International Dance Council President and prominent creative arts figure, Dr. Ann Higgins, grounded the celebration in its purest purpose, reminding all that this space belongs to the children, where creativity is not only welcomed, but allowed to flourish freely.
So you see the importance of them being able to exuberate that power and that strength, and better not than using our culture for them to express themselves and the joy of it. And it's very important that we give them that outlet.
And in their movement, unfiltered and unafraid, all echoing the same sentiment, describing dance as freedom, as joy, and as a language of their own.
I'm very excited for today, and dance makes me express myself, and it makes me feel good.
Dance makes me feel happy and confident about. Dance makes me feel like I can express myself and my thoughts.
What once began as movement became something more, a reminder that we are all part of a greater rhythm. Reporting for the Bahamas tonight from Rawson Square, I'm Amaya Moss.
And dance makes me feel rejuvenated. Thanks so much, Amaya. Amajal Knowles has a look at sports coming up next.
A pair of pivotal Game 5s in the NBA. Details of that story and more coming up in sports.
Are you better off today? Brave Davis and his cronies are. Extravagant taxpayer-funded trips, a luxury car for Philip, and hundreds of millions in no-bid contracts for their allies. But for us, gas and groceries through the roof, VAT on bread basket items, healthcare broken and unaffordable, and illegal immigrants flooding our communities. While Brave Davis and his cronies keep getting ahead, we pay the price. Under the F&M, that changes, because their job is to work for you.
When bold flavor meets crispy perfection, something deliciously unexpected happens. Say hello to Wendy's new Italian chicken sandwich. Juicy chicken topped with Italian seasoned tomatoes, melting mozzarella, and a zesty mayo spread that'll have you saying, Bellissimo! It's the chicken you crave with a zesty twist you didn't see coming. Always imitated, never duplicated. Gotta be Wendy's.
Wait, where you grabbing all these pizzas, boy?
Wait, Marcos, wait. We have a special on all the large one-topping pizzas, wait.
Pineapple.
All.
Barbecue.
All. Hey, VAT included, but.
I need the $10 special plate. How many would you like? 20 in it. Thank you so much, man. $10, that's it? The Marcos got that deal, boy.
Influenza, or the flu as it is commonly called, is a viral illness that usually occurs between the months October to March. The virus is transmitted from person to person through coughing, sneezing, or talking. Symptoms include fever, cough, headache, runny nose, generalized body aches, and fatigue. There is no specific treatment for the flu, and the symptoms usually dissipate after 3 to 7 days. Because it is caused by a virus, antibiotics are not used to treat the flu. Persons are encouraged to rest and drink lots of fluids. Panadol is recommended for fever and body aches associated with the flu. However, aspirin should be avoided due to the risk of bleeding. To decrease the spread of flu, persons are encouraged to get their flu shot annually and practice good cough hygiene. Additional information can be provided by your community clinic or the Health Education Division at the Ministry of Health. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health in partnership with the Public Hospitals Authority.
Welcome to your midweek sports check here at the Zenith Toll Sports Desk, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports. A pair of pivotal Game 5s last night in the NBA playoffs. VJ Edgecombe and Buddy Hield both taking it to the floor. First up, VJ and the Sixers. They would live to fight another day as they would take down the Boston Celtics 113-97. VJ, with a relatively quiet night, would finish with just 10 points. On the other end of the spectrum, Buddy Hield would get into the game, but he would finish with just 5 points. His Atlanta Hawks, they would fall 126-97 to the New York Knicks. Both teams will play Game 6 on Thursday. So on hoops this time in the WNBA, Jonquel Jones from New York Liberty beginning their quest to bring a title back to the Big Apple. WNBA preseason action taking place on Saturday. The Liberty, they would fall to the Indiana Fever 101-96. Jones would finish with just 4 points in this one. She would speak to the media post-game.
Yeah, I mean, I think for a new offense, I feel like we flowed really well into it. I think in the second half, we kind of got into playing the way that we played in the past, of like just trying to screen more versus like letting the ball move for us. But ultimately, I think it was a good like first like game against somebody else other than ourselves, and Yeah, I think it just went really well for us. I think the turnovers was just our downfall tonight. I think we had a lot of turnovers. I think at one point I looked up and they had like 24 points off of turnovers and we had like 9. So once we can control that, I think we'll do a better job in the future, obviously, with that, and we'll be more successful.
And more from the IPN Sports Conference from earlier this week. The event put on by the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture alongside the Ministry of Legal Affairs, highlighting the importance of intellectual property in sports, also recognizing Golden Girl Pauline Davis. Zenistol sports team catching up with Davis and her mentor, former Minister of Sports, Neville Wisdom.
Let me say this, that the country in those days and even today is full of unchecked talent. And my belief has always been that the talent in the country comes from the bowels of the country. Pauline comes from an area that was challenged. And even today, with all that she has done, she's not, in my opinion, been significantly recognized. Pauline Davis is the only double Olympic gold medalist in the Commonwealth of Nations. That is not a dame. And I believe the time has come now that it should not matter where you came from, but for what you have accomplished.
And to the pitch, Bahamas Men's League soccer action. The UB Mingos would continue their momentum as they would knock off Renegades FC 5-zip to advance to the semifinals.
Yeah, I had a slight injury this week, so just come back from that. Coach told me coming off the bench, had to bring in an impact. We was in the lead 3-0 by half, so came on just to finish off the job.
The guys played well. Obviously, Renegades didn't come up with their strongest team, but nonetheless, we didn't come to this game expecting to lose regardless. So the guys did well. We look forward to playing better in the future games. Coach has some big plans for me going into the summer, so I'm getting worked around the field. So I played many positions growing up. Center back and left back is some of the positions that I played in this game.
And that's me look at your sports on this Wednesday. I'm Amajal Knowles signing out until tomorrow.
Foreign commercial banks have been closing across our islands. For thousands of Bahamians, our country's post office savings banks are a lifeline, providing safe and secure banking. But Michael Pintard says,
we will abolish the bank through the post office system.
That's a risk Bahamians can't afford. That's why the Prime Minister is making post office savings banks stronger to protect Bahamian families and small businesses who rely on them.
I don't know, but what kind of cars is this parking lot? You ain't even know where to park. Yeah, that's no parking. Look at this way. Like, you ain't get nowhere to go. Don't park him. Just don't park him. Yeah, that's handicap. No, man, you can't park him. I ain't gonna be that long. I ain't gonna be that long. Handicap spot, man. Boy, what's going on, dog? I tell you we shouldn't park here now. This way parking, man. I tell you we shouldn't park here. Don't get one of these things. My bad, big bro. And he got a sticker inside this. Say, this mud, though. We gotta move. This is a handicap spot. That's what we gotta move. But we gotta move. Don't. We can move right now. Sorry.
Be considerate. Don't use disabled parking spaces without a decal in your vehicle. This message is brought to you by the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities.
The world is changing. It's bringing new challenges, but also new opportunities. The truth is, our economy always left too many Bahamians out. Now we're opening new doors in agriculture, tourism, energy, entrepreneurship, providing grants, scholarships, national service, and upskilling. A new generation is rising, and we're finally moving in the right direction, building an economy that includes everyone.
You always see man, the one and only, and I want y'all to tune into Entertainment Fridays on Access Now every Friday at 7:30 p.m. Who knows? Your favorite Bahamian artist might end up showing their face. But you gotta watch to find out.
With our adoption by the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
We figured that we could use
the First Bahamas branch of Toastmasters Club 1600, an all-male club that specializes and focuses on developing young men for leadership through communication.
This program has grown and has impacted our school in such a positive way that I don't think we'll ever have them leave us.
Too often, instead of us looking within, we look outside for someone to blame. Go take a look in the mirror. Instead of trying to identify what the problems are, let's try and figure out how we become a part of the solution.
We are teaching these children how to dream beyond their community.
Crime-free looks like me.
Do your part. Join the movement to a safer Bahamas.
The world is changing. It's bringing new challenges, but also new opportunities. The truth is, our economy always left too many Bahamians out. Now we're opening new doors in agriculture, tourism, energy, entrepreneurship, providing grants, scholarships, national service, and upskilling. A new generation is rising, and we're finally moving in the right direction, building an economy that includes everyone.
It's time now for a weather check with Diane Dorset. Good evening, Diane.
Good evening. Let's jump right into what's shaping our weather over the next few days. Our satellite picture shows mostly clear skies across the island chain as high pressure is firmly in control of our weather pattern. Now, changes arrive by the start of the new week. A cold front approaching the northwest Bahamas late Sunday night to early Monday morning will bring back increasing chances for showers and thunderstorms starting on Monday. Let's check on temperatures around the Family Islands. In the northwest Bahamas, it's 81 degrees in Freeport City and Great Turtle Key, 78 in Marshall, Abaco, 80 in Bullocks Harbor, and 79 in Alistown, Bimini. In Fresh Creek, Central Andros is 80 degrees, Camp Space South Andros 82, 80 in Harbor Island, 81 in Roxton, Eleuthera, in Black Point, Exuma, Arthur's Tonkin Island, San Salvador, Rumkey, Georgetown, Exuma, the Central Bahamas, it is 82 degrees, and for our southernmost islands, 83 in Clarencetown, Crooked Island, Ragged Island, Acklands, and Betsy Bay, 82 in Matthewtown, Inagua, and for the Turks and Caicos Islands, it's 82 degrees. Tonight, you can expect clear conditions, as simple as that, with a low of 70 degrees. And for tomorrow, mostly sunny and nice with a high of 85. Now, in your extended forecast, high pressure remains in control for the rest of the work week. We're heading into a stretch of summer-like heat and mostly dry weather, but a cold front approaching the northwest Bahamas late Sunday night to early Monday morning will bring back increasing chances for showers and thunderstorms starting on Monday. We'll get temperatures ranging from the mid-70s to the 80s with rain and cloud coverage cooling us down ever so slightly, then back up to 89. That's your late night look at weather. Have a great night.
Well, thanks so much for that, Diane. That does it for the Bahamas tonight at 11. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. Thank you for watching and good night.
At the House of Assembly, I'm Lakush Lapinder. This is ZNS.
Yes, I love you too, Mom. Yes, Mommy. Okay.